Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi
Hey,
guys.
ladies.
You guys
I
are
was
doing
just
well.
I was just hoping to chat with you guys today about like our early years, our experiences, how they shaped us, and maybe someone that or something that really inspired you when you first started out. How does that sound?
That
Yeah.
sounds awesome. Love that.
Okay, so I can start if you guys want.
Yeah.
Um, I would say obviously after going to school. Um, a lot of people, I think, go into retail. It's just kind of like the automatic sort of transition that you do from school, or at least that's how it was, 10 to 12 years ago. And when I graduated, I went into like cosmetic retail. And I think that was a good move because you're really exposed to a lot of different people, a lot of different skin tones, skin types, and a lot of different products too, which just gives you like a lot of knowledge. So I think that was like a really good move for me early on. And I think one person that really inspired me during that time was a trainer that I had. She worked for the company, and she would come in every so often and just really like pour all of her knowledge into us. And especially with me, she really spent a lot of time just giving me a lot of advice, a lot of like product knowledge. And yeah, I think it was just, she really gave me a lot of confidence too, like especially when you're new into the industry. Having someone that invests into you and gives you confidence and knowledge is just something that's really, really valuable. Like it's such a huge part, and it shapes you so much, I think.
Yeah. Someone taking a chance and
Mhm.
and really spending time. Do you think you see yourself educating others, like, in that way? Do you enjoy doing that?
Yeah, I think that's a really big driving force behind me being more like kind of educational focused, is because
Mhm.
this woman, this trainer, really left a big impression in my life. And to this day, I still thank her. Like, I reach out to her every once in a while and just say like, oh my gosh, like this is something that you taught me, and I gave that to someone else today. And I think there's something really nice about like leaving that kind of like legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
sure.
Mhm. Yeah, what about you, Alyssa?
So mine's kind of similar. Similar but different. I would say I had a teacher when I was in makeup school, and he kind of was similar in the way that he saw something in me, and he really wanted to put time into that and hone my talent, and hone some skills that I had to really get the most out of it, and build myself moving forward. Um, so it's funny because he really pushed me. Like he pushed me where I thought I was going to break. And but I didn't. But it was, and I like thank him every time I'm doing something. I'm like, this is from him, because he pushed me to like strive for that perfection. And this is in terms of makeup. Um, and because he was so talented. He worked for a big agency and he traveled the world, and I really looked up to him as somebody like, okay, I want to be like that one day.
Yeah.
Um, and so I think that is like, that's my takeaway from when I first started it at this career, is because I had somebody who was like, no, like, I know you can do better, so do better. Like there was no slacking. There was no, yeah, okay, I did it. Let's move on. It's like, no, let's do it again and do it better this time.
That's awesome.
Which I
That's
loved. I
so
loved.
good.
And like, not at the time, I didn't love it, but now I'm so appreciative to the fact that I'm like, okay, now there's just so much attention to detail. Like everything, it has to be, perfect, and that's something that now is ingrained in me. But I'm so grateful for that experience.
So Alyssa, because of that experience moving forward, I know that you do teach sometimes. Do you find that you're tough on the girls that you're teaching now? Or are you like, how
Can
do you
you
handle
see? Can you even see that? Like Alyssa being like, "Do
that?
it again."
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, like I don't feel I love teaching. I don't feel like I'm like a tough person at heart. I feel like even if I try, it probably doesn't come across like that. But
There's no tough love. There's just love.
there's just love. But I do, like, there are things that, moving forward when I'm teaching people, that I want them to also be paying attention to detail. I might word it differently, but I liked that tough love. Like I strive with that. Maybe I just can't project it. But yeah, like I think that attention to detail and making things perfect, like it's not just settling and being like, yeah, like great job. If it wasn't, or if it was like close to it, you know, and just maybe I have a different approach, but I do think that I get that point across as well. All right,
You obviously really benefited from it because your makeup is like always so meticulous and perfect, and
thank you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, it's never perfect enough, but that keeps us constantly learning, which is good. Yeah.
I think as artists, that's just what we do, right? We're always trying to make it, elevate our skills, right? And be more better each time, right?
It's a constant learning. Like we're always going to learn until the day we put our tools down. Like that's also the best part of it, right? We get to continuously make ourselves better and better.
Yeah.
What about you, Monique? Tell us the story.
For me, I graduated school and I was put right on the floor. So I was really lucky because that didn't happen very often. I didn't have to sweep floors forever. But with that, I was pushed, and it made me feel like I remember constantly being told, fake it till you make it, by all the salons that I worked at. I had to pretend I was older. Sorry, clients out there that I still do. I'm a little older than you think, or a little younger than you think. Anyways, but the one thing that really sticks out in my mind is that I was lucky enough to work for Redken and L'Oreal salon. So they give you education. You get like a weekend, the salon puts the bill. So I was able to benefit from that and learn with like-minded people, and just do master classes. And through that, I met people to do something which is really cool. I got to be backstage of Fashion Week for Redken. And I just remember the rush and the craziness of it all. But I think in that day, like I was 21 and I was like, oh my goodness, like with this experience, I feel like I love it. I love the rush. I love the pressure, like Alyssa was saying. And I feel like it kind of made me want to style hair. I love cutting too, but like just styling hair. And then, like the days that we do brides now, I mean, it translates to it where, the photographer comes in and then it starts getting a little busy and then we're like, see ya, have a great day, I like that rush leading to the final hour, and I think that came from Fashion Week and being a part of that one day. So what about Shannon? What has been inspiring in your life?
Oh, well, yeah, a lot of things actually. Well, I started in my career in New York after cosmetology school in a salon. So I worked in a salon for 10 years. And we did, we did some special events and styling, for weddings for our regular clients. But it wasn't, part of your everyday sort of, thing that you did at a salon. But I really loved that piece of it, the styling piece of it. And it stayed with me. So when I came to Toronto and I was sort of introduced to the wedding industry, the bridal industry, it like felt instantly like such a perfect fit for me because I always really enjoyed that part of it. Having worked in a salon for so many years and being exposed to it, but not ever really being immersed in it. I was super interested in just gaining a lot of experience when I came here and being introduced to the industry. It just felt like the perfect fit for me. I love connecting with the bride and learning the bride's story and it's such a special moment in a person's life on their wedding day. And for all the special events they do, right? So it's anyway, I just so I think the salon experience was really key in inspiring me and pointing me in the direction that I ended up moving in. Yeah.
Shannon, did you work in a salon in Toronto too when you came here? Sorry.
No. No. So when I moved to Toronto, I didn't. I actually just styled hair, I just went right into the bridal industry, actually. It was when my children were very small and I was home with them. So I just started taking bridal bookings kind of on the side, like as a, kind of a way to get out of the house and keep my hands in styling hair and doing hair. And then it just evolved into just me really enjoying and loving it and specializing in it. Yeah.
It's so interesting to hear like where people come from, like their background. I think it shapes your career so much, like those really early experiences. So thanks for like sharing all of your experiences with me.
I love that. That was so good. And I feel like there's so, like, at least in this industry, because I can speak to it because I know it in a minute, but you go through so many things, right? Like I did retail, same as you, and like doing the fashion shows behind the scenes. Like there's so many, like there's a long road that takes us to where we go, which is also really exciting, right? And I feel like it totally shaped all of us in our own certain ways.
Like even though I was working in a salon for 12 years, and bridal came later, I wouldn't give up those days for anything. If anything, it just it shaped me and made me stronger and made me more confident. I think I needed the confidence, definitely. And and then also even having the confidence to be booked enough, to be, is this going to be a career choice? Can I do this every day instead of, it was scary for me to step out of the salon life, but I'm happy that I did it. So it led me to you guys for sure. So
well, before we wrap up, maybe I'll just ask all of you guys a question. If there's one piece of advice, like just a one-liner, one piece of advice or one word you would give someone that's getting into the industry or is sort of in their early part of their career, like what would it be?
Can I answer? Because I'm like, no. I would say keep going. Do not give up. Keep going. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Monique.
I was gonna say yes to all the opportunities, even if you're exhausted, even if you don't feel like, oh, it's a photo shoot, I'm not gonna make anything. You do that photo shoot. The connections you make are unreal. And the feeling you get out of it is so motivational and inspiring. When you work freelance, it's important to connect with everybody. So I say yes to every opportunity, even if I'm extremely exhausted.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Shannon?
I would say practice. I think like we touched on it, being in the special event industry, you really do need a lot of confidence and because it's kind of fast paced. Everybody's personal opinion about how they like to look is different. So you were really accommodating, so many different kinds of people every day. And so just practice, gain as much experience as you can by saying yes to all the opportunities and get that confidence from just practicing.
Exactly. It's okay to sort of fail at something and then just persevere through it. That's how we learn. We still learn. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the industry.
Yeah. And I feel like that's always part too. It's just like, if there's things that you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, do it. Go, take the opportunities that come. You don't know what's going to lead you around a corner. And don't give up on it, because if it's something that you really, really want, it's not going to be easy. So you just put your heart and soul into it. And at the end, you will get it out.
And education, I think, I've been doing hair for 21 years. I would say don't ever stop learning. I'm every year I take new classes. Yeah. And I benefit from them. Even if I've know some of the techniques that I'm being taught, it's like, you're revisiting these skills. It's always beneficial.
Yeah. And online, there's a lot online too.
Yeah.
Styles change every year too. So it's good to, connect with the people that you're learning with too. And so that there's that, but there's also the styles change and techniques change to make it easier for you, or maybe it's a softer wave as opposed to the year before where it might have been a little curlier or more beachy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about
How
you,
about you,
Ash?
Angela?
Sorry.
What about you?
How about you?
I would say it kind of encompasses sort of everything you guys sort of already said. But one thing that, again, that trainer that invested time into me would always say to me was that the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So if you're out there, if you're putting yourself out there, if you're asking for opportunities, like the worst thing that's going to happen is someone's going to say no to you, and then you just go on to the next like opportunity. So really just being active and, you know, being like, hey, like I'm here, you know, like,
Mhm.
you know, and like you guys said, keeping up with education, taking every opportunity that comes to you, being open to working for free, which is not really for free if you're getting experience, like that kind of stuff is, I think, a really huge part of really catapulting your career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all good
Love
stuff.
that. This makes me so excited. Like I was like, oh my God, I have like so many answers to this question.
Yeah.
It brings me back to when I was starting.
I know it's nice to like look back and remember kind of where you came from and where you are like now, especially because sometimes I think you do feel like I kind of feel like stagnant right now, or like I'm not, and you look back to where you were and you just see so much growth, and it's really encouraging to reflect back on like how we all started out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so much more to come.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Yeah, we're just halfway, not even halfway there. We got on the road ahead.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
ladies.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys. This was
It
so much
was so
fun.
nice chatting.
Yeah.
Let's talk soon.
Okay, let's talk. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.